Hello and aloha, everybody. It's Brian. If you can take a look at the webinar control panel, you'll see an area. Depending on how you're seeing it, you may see chat or you may see questions. If you guys could just click and give me a Y or a yes and let me know that you're hearing me okay, I would appreciate it. All right, that's good. Okay, I don't want to get 500 yeses to have to click off. Thanks, everybody. That was awesome. Had some friends say hello to start with. Hey, Nancy. Hey, Carol. Hey, Karen. Great to see you guys on. Hey, Linda. All right, check this out, everybody. Hey, Jack. All right, check this out. Wow. Oh, boy, that was a lot of yeses. Okay, listen, everybody. What I would like to do is we've got a whole bunch of new people. I see we got several people registered that are longtime Level 5 friends, fans, and some members. And we also have a ton of new people. So what I'd like to do, I usually start these webinars. We got a big international audience. Looks like probably 20, 21, 22 countries represented. Again, we got a whole bunch of level 5 friends from all over the world as well. And I'd like to just take a minute. We'll start about 3:07, which is about 5 minutes from now, my time, Hawaii time. And I'd like to acknowledge as many of you as I can. If you want to type in what city and state you're attending from, or if you want to type in your country, if you're outside the US, and let me just acknowledge as many as I can. And we'll be getting started here in just a minute. So type in your name and where you're attending from, everybody, if you want to. All right. Oh, yeah, keep it coming. I'll be acknowledging as many of you as I can. We'll get started here in about 4 minutes, everybody. All righty. All right. Anybody that wants to, we got about 4 minutes till start time. If you want to fill up your drink, grab a water, or make a pee break, now is your chance because we are going to go for a couple very intense hours together. And don't worry if I don't. Let me see if this thing will let me. Oh, there we go. If this thing will let me, I'm going to take my screen back. There we go. I'm going to go fill up my tea. All right, and Jack, I'm going to make you a panelist here, or an organizer rather, so that you can see comments and things as they come in. So just one sec. Just one sec, everybody. Got another little technical glitch here. It's good to find them when we're starting. We're about 3 minutes till showtime, everybody. When we have a big international audience like this, I really like to give those late shower uppers a chance to actually get in here. If you could see what I'm seeing, the arriving tab is just going non-stop here. All right. There you go, Jack. I got you set up now as an organizer. So you'll be able to see comments. You may be able to help me with some things at the end here. Check this out. We got Mark in San Francisco. We got Carol in Pennsylvania. Oh, those of you that are just showing up, if you want to type in what city and state you're arriving from and attending from, and if you're outside the U.S., type in your country. So we got San Francisco, Springfield, Wichita, Kansas, Salt Lake City, Phoenix. Hey, Eileen. We got Maryland, Glenn in New York. Hey, Glenn, good to see you on, brother. Constance in Indiana. Allie from Pennsylvania. Nancy from where? Frozen Saskatchewan tundra. Okay, I saw a few minutes ago, I clicked a couple of those off, but we had a couple New Zealanders, a couple Australians. There's Carol in Pennsylvania. Joseph, where are you attending from? Killeen, Texas. Tammy, over in Alabama on the coast. Lulu from Petticoat Junction. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going to be a scary day, everybody. We got Steve, it looks like, in Vancouver. So we got some Canucks. We got some New Zealanders. Got some Aussies. Linda, I see you. Hey, Betty, good to see you on too. All right, I got a minute and a half, guys, to top off my tea with some hot water, and we will rock and roll. All right. Hope you all have some tea or some water, something to drink beside you. We're going to go for a little while here. I will be drinking as we go because I'm going to be talking at high speed. And let me get the disclaimer, if you might want to call it that, out of the way, okay? This is going to be a dangerous webinar. I've been delivering this webinar live now for about 1.5 years. And oh my God, the testimonials, people saying it's just transformed their lives. But every week, as a rule, I come back and I look at how I can improve it. How can I make it tighter? How can I make it even more transformational for the people that attend? And today I spent the last couple hours, it was about 3 minutes till showtime when I stopped the editing and restarted my computer. So I've got a ton of new information that I'm going to be sharing today. Because we have so many new people that have never experienced me or level 5. I added a little bit of my story. You'll see that I only added what's relevant to you. So I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of about Brian, but I also added a whole bunch of transformational content, and I was unable to go back and really polish the presentation. So guess what? If we have some glitches, we're just going to rock on because that's not what it's about anyway, okay? Let's go ahead and check my time, and yeah, it's time to go. I'm a minute late. So everybody, that guy you see in the picture there, that is me, Brian Ridgway. And let me make, you know what, I made sure everybody was hearing me. Let me make sure now that everybody is seeing. Can you guys type in Y or yes and just let me know you're seeing a picture of me sitting in front of a computer screen with some, okay, stop right there. Thanks everybody, or I will get 1,000 yeses and it'll take me 20 minutes to click them all away. Thanks everybody. Appreciate that for the help. And we are going to have some interaction today. Okay, so I cannot apologize for high speed. I got a lot of information to cover. Thanks, Nancy. Here we go. Let's start with the bottom line first, everybody. What do you really, really, really want? Just reflect on that for just a second. Beyond the things that you would say, you know, when you sit and contemplate, oh, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. Behind the stuff that you would say you want, if someone said, no, you have to sit down and write out everything you really want. Behind it all, what do you really want? I am really fortunate that over the last 1.5 years, I've been able to work with getting close to 22,000 people in 47 countries. And I get to interview and poll and ask questions of people. And I find that the number one thing that every human being on this planet wants. Okay, good answer, Alejandrina, and I remember you from the last webinar. It is actually not peace, although peace is a part of it. Exactly. Freedom. Freedom. Complete and total personal and financial freedom. Now, I put a split between personal and financial, but I want to demonstrate to you the mind believes there's a difference between personal and financial. So let's honor your mind. Your mind's job is to keep you safe. And let's honor your mind. Okay, you can believe it's that financial separate, but we'll see it's not, okay? And I want to tell you that no matter what you've ever experienced, you can have everything you want. It's infinitely easier than you could possibly believe, especially if, like me, you've been working hard. Number 3, you were literally designed to be absolutely wealthy and absolutely free. And number 4, you were programmed to lose it. Now, I'm not talking about some crazy conspiracy theories. We can talk about that later if you want to. You'll see what I mean by programmed to lose it soon enough. And no matter where you are, no matter how long you've been there, you can begin your life again right here, right now. Because, as you may have heard, you are in fact an infinite, unlimited being of pure light. Now, this sounds like some woo-woo, far-out, spiritual, whatever, right? Well, I'm going to give you an experience of the reality. There's many of us kind of awakening in the spiritual kind of law of attraction woo-woo world these days. We like to talk about how we're unlimited beings of light as we go complaining about how shitty everything is. You're going to experience it with me today. By the end of this session, you're going to know these things to your core. You're going to be clearer than you've ever been, and you're going to have a new set of options for living the life of your freaking dreams. Now, about this paradigm shifting process, you're going to get the online version, which is kind of condensed, and it doesn't have all the technologies. But what the Level 5 Paradigm Shift is a blend of dozens of ultra effective tools that, to my knowledge, have never been combined in one place ever. And you'll see some evidence of that as we go. Sound healing, chakra and earth tones, subliminal and paraliminal video and audio technology, energy releasing, emotional release, Ho'oponopono, an ancient Hawaiian system of healing, gamma waves, belief elimination techniques, all kind of binaural beats, Ericksonian hypnosis suggestions, light therapy, color therapy, and yeah, even more than that. And if you play full out with me today, if you really bring your awareness, if you turn your cell phone off and push it away and close Facebook, close those other windows, if you really tune in with me, you're going to have the experience of enlightenment today, experiencing your highest self in a way that you probably never have. Now, once I get to this point, maybe that's a little hypey, right? Well, let's see. Why might you want to listen to me? Well, over the course of the last year and a half, since I was inspired to create Level 5 and begin sharing this information, I've been able, again, to work with over 20,000 people. We're getting up around 23,000 people. People are saying that this is the most powerful transformational information that they have ever encountered in their lives. And I happen to agree, because the same information is what I use to transform my own life. I'll be showing you that story in just a moment. Now, I'm really proud to say that about 40% of our members are teachers, mentors, coaches, healers, people that help other people get their lives together, but they just couldn't do it for themselves. And I can relate to that very intensely for reasons that you'll see in a moment. And every day, every week, we get more and more testimonials, more and more people commenting, and if I were to sum up the bottom line of the majority of the testimonials that we get, it's, I have spent thousands and thousands of dollars on self-help, and many years, some of my members decades. And Brian, that webinar I did with you, the free couple hours that I spent with you, I got more of a breakthrough than I got out of all the years and all the money. And that brings up the question, and I don't like going into the old energy, and I don't really advise it, but because this story helps a lot of people to really get a grasp, I'm going to share a little bit of my story as quickly as I can, okay? Why me? How is it that I'm able to sit here today and even do this webinar when I came out of one of the worst hellish experiences in life? Why am I here now doing this? Well, I was born 1964, Columbus, Ohio, to a fairly angry, unhappy situation, not a very pleasant family situation. And if I were to summarize the programming that I received as a child, it was that I was a stupid, ugly, worthless piece of shit. Life was hell. There was no love in the world. And, it was just tough. That was what I was programmed to believe. And boy, did I live it. And we're all on this kind of like a ladder. We're all moving up the chain of consciousness at whatever level we are, some of us further along than others. And today, I can tell you that even though I still grow every day, even though I'm still going through amazing experiences every day, I am living my dream, and I'm living it more and more every single day. So this is a picture I took today here in Hawaii. And every week, I'm fortunate to be out in turquoise waters, swimming with my kids, living in paradise, and just every day expanding into living the dream that I always wanted to live. A year and a half ago, I was living completely penniless and homeless in this dumpy hotel in a smoggy city that I didn't want to be in. And to really condense my story down, I generated a ton of money. I generated about $161 million in documented business revenue in over 70 different industries. And sounds impressive, doesn't it? Until you find out that the vast majority of that I made was for other people. And I made and lost big money, not once, not twice, not 4 times, not 5 times, but 7 times. And the seventh time that I lost everything, I had made huge money for another couple of companies, and I got so-called taken advantage of. There was no victims in this world. I don't believe that anymore, but that was how I saw it. And I was literally suicidal. I was as down as a human being can possibly get. And the irony is that that happened after what I'm about to show you. About 20 years before that, my life sucked so bad. My relationships were horrible, and my finances were horrible, and I just was unhappy. I never really escaped that programming, that low self-esteem. We're going to talk a lot about that later today. But here's what I did. As a kid, I began studying anything that claimed that it could help me have a better life. I was a fanatical religious student of many different religions, one after another. I went through those religions, digging in with everything I had, every meditation practice, everything that claimed that it was going to help me have a better life. Over the course of many years, I built up a $180,000 self-development and success library. I didn't just buy the courses, I went through them. And my life, I got more and more knowledge, and I was better and better positive thinker, and I was always able to help other people. But my life got worse and worse and worse until finally I got into the woo-woo stuff. And I got certified for Reiki levels 1 and 2. I've been through adamantine energy training, radical forgiveness, and radical manifestation with Colin Tipping's organization in Atlanta, Dianetics, Ho'oponopono, subliminal power, the Sedona method, created my own subliminal and paraliminal audios, left code belief elimination, the highest levels of belief elimination training in the world, Toltec wisdom, Dianetics word clearing, Dianetics auditing, quantum jumping, lucid dreaming, transcendental meditation, the work of Byron Katie, Silva methods, Silva ESP system, you name it. I probably did it twice. And I was absolutely fanatical. Why? Because my life fucking sucked. I was literally worse and worse every month the more of this stuff I learned. And most of these systems disagreed with each other, which was kind of frustrating for me there. So, wow, I just got a whole bunch of comments here. I just got a whole bunch of comments of people saying, it sounds like me. Okay, let me clear those out. Okay, good. So some of you guys can relate. Somebody said it's really familiar. Okay, well, for the 15 years of my fanatical self-help experience, I kept getting this feeling. I just kept getting this feeling over and over. The feeling was, I'm almost there. And I'm going to give you some phrases and see if you can relate to any of this. Success is just around the corner. Or I'm right on the verge. Man, I'm almost there. My breakthrough is near. I mean, I'm just almost there. It was this constant state of almost, with no real progress, no real change. And as I kept helping others, I kept noticing this same thing that I now call the addiction to almost. And just, you know what, let's do this real quickly here. Type in a Y or an N if you want to. Just kind of chime in and let me know if you can relate at all to this idea, this feeling of almost there, almost there. I've tried and tried and tried and tried. Man, if I just one more thing, man, one more thing. Okay? Wow. Okay. Damn. Well, I think almost everybody. And well, success is one decision away, says Ray. Okay, beautiful. Thanks, everybody. Wow, abso-freaking-lutely. A whole bunch of Y's, okay, and a whole bunch of exclamation marks. Okay, so I'm going to show you, just so you can understand how much I can probably relate to you, I want to show you something, okay? This was me just before my breakthrough. I was living in Van Nuys, California, in the dumpiest little one-room hotel that you can imagine, barely able to scrape up week by week. I was fat. Nothing. I could never get myself motivated to get in shape. Nothing. I just was getting fatter and fatter and fatter every year. Broke, miserable, broken relationships, sad, depressed, addicted to multiple substances. And I ended up in that homeless state. And when I had my breakthrough, what basically happened, I had one night where I sat down and I looked at all of the self-help that I had ever been through, all the self-improvement stuff. And I had a couple of insights and I had a conversation and I woke up, okay? And this was me 4 months after the breakthrough. And the ironic thing, the funny thing is, I didn't start working to try to get in shape. It was like the minute I had the breakthrough, my body said, let's go this way. I want to be in shape. And so I went into being in shape automatically. And I'm now 48. I'm in the absolute best shape that I've ever been in, and getting more so every day. Money, every week, every month, money gets better and better and better on its own. Do I work? Yeah. And I'm living my dream, and I'm freaking happy. And I have amazing relationships that are getting better every day. I'm 100% chemical free and loving it. And I'm literally living the dream. Okay. And even more important, I've been able to help people all over the world to do the same. And I created Level 5 as a system where I took all the self-help, all the esoteric teachings, all the stuff. We're going to go through a lot of it today. I can promise you this. I can literally promise you, no matter what you've done, no matter how many years you've been involved with self-help, self-improvement, whatever, you are going to get more transformational opportunity today than you've ever had. And if it wasn't true, you wouldn't be on this webinar. So I can boldly make that statement, okay? And this is where people ask me the number one question that I get. Brian, I've been through all the stuff. I've already tried everything. What's so different about Level 5? Well, there's something called a hierarchy of transformation. This is a little bit dry, but I'm going to fly through it so that we can start moving through this content. We've got tons and tons. I got 20 hours worth of stuff that I'm going to squeeze into a couple hours with you guys, okay? And we're going to end up with a massive experience. All right. Most systems out there teach you how to change your language or change your behavior, and this works for a tiny, tiny fraction of the people who try to apply it. It's the lowest leverage available to you. Now, there are some systems that help you to change or eliminate counterproductive beliefs, and this helps you a little bit more. You can work on changing your values and your rules, and what's cool about this is when you work on these higher levels like values and rules, it will automatically shift some of your beliefs, which will automatically shift some of your language and behaviors, and your results will be different. But then there's a higher level where you change your identity. You shift from what you think you are. And my friend, let me promise you this. You wouldn't be on this webinar if you didn't believe that you're infinitely less than you are. I promise you that. When you change your identity, all the things underneath change. But there's something even higher than that. And nobody is really doing it. Nobody's really doing it, at least not on a big scale. And I study everything, okay? It's shifting your core paradigm. When you go in and you identify and you shift your core paradigm, it shifts your identity, which changes all of your values and rules and changes your beliefs, and it changes your language and your behavior, and your life shifts on the spot. The more fundamentally you're able to shift your paradigm, the better. Okay? So go ahead and mute that. All right, there we go. So most systems teach you information, and this helps apparently about 0.5% of the people that apply them, this goal setting type of stuff. There's a few systems that teach you how to raise your vibration. That's a lot more powerful. What we do is we go straight to the core paradigm. Every minute that I spend with you on this webinar today is going to be to help you to shift your core paradigm. We're going to have that experience that I talked about. Now, here's a critical point about your paradigm. A lot of people use the word. Not many people fully grasp what your paradigm is. Your paradigm is your world view. It is how you see everything in the world, including yourself. So it's the summary of every belief that you have about everything. And your paradigm dictates everything you will ever experience without exception. Now, I know that's a big statement. I'm going to prove it as we go. And so kind of a bottom line to move to wrapping up our bottom line here. If your life's exactly the way you want it to be, don't change a thing. Go out, eat some popcorn, and have fun. But if your life's not exactly the way you want it to be, you can spend the next 40 years on self-help, like I did. Or you can change your paradigm and leap into the life that you've been dreaming of. So the key idea that I started with, you and I were literally designed to be free. And let's talk about freedom for a minute. Feeling happy and safe and effortlessly at peace. So just for a second, kind of feel that. We'll go deeper into it in a moment. Feel relationship freedom, the ability to attract and create deep, harmonious, beautiful, loving relationships. Health and body freedom, being clean and lean and strong, leaping out of bed in the morning with tons of energy that you sustain through the entire day. You fall asleep at the end of the day feeling amazing, and you're at your perfect weight with perfect energy. Now imagine putting some money freedom on top of that, baby. Okay? Having the money to go where you want, when you want, with who you want, buying, selling, and giving the way you want. And finally, what good would all of those things be if you didn't have the absolute choice over your own actions about what you're going to do and when you're going to do it? So, kind of roll these things up together. What does total personal freedom really mean to you? Alejandrina, Jack, Angie, Anthony, Betty, let me skim down here. Shelly, Christina, Dan, David, Debbie, scroll down. Elga, Jack, James, Jeff, Jerome. We got a couple of Jeromes, okay? What does it mean to you? Feel it for a second. Feel, wow, emotional freedom and relationship freedom and really the ability to just automatically be in the body of my dreams with money to do what I want to do and the time freedom to make my own choices. Nobody tells me what to do. And imagine it. What would your life be like with unlimited freedom? All the resources, all the power, the mental and emotional clarity to make your choices and feel great about it. And you might ask yourself this, what would I be willing to do to experience this? Assuming it's possible, what would I give? What would I do? What kind of effort would I put in? So, our critical point is that you are designed for this unlimited freedom and wealth. It is actually who you are. And this brings up the question that right now, about 82% of the audience is wondering right now, why don't I experience that? I'm going to reveal the hidden mechanism behind this procrastination, the overwhelm, and why most people will never experience that freedom in this lifetime, no matter how hard they try. So together, you and I are going to experience the permanent way of overcoming and eliminating those hidden forces that have been holding you back. I'm going to help you reawaken to who and what you really are as we go through the coming experience. We're going to shift. This is crucial information, so please tune in, everybody. We're going to shift from you using your infinite, unlimited creative power and squandering it on trying to be good and trying to not be bad, trying to be right, trying to not be wrong, trying to be positive, trying not to be negative. We're going to stop that bullshit here and now and stop squandering your infinite creative power in that quicksand of nothingness. And we're going to focus on the experience that you came into the world to have. And then every time you practice this, it's going to help you achieve mastery until it's automatic and effortless. So what was our bottom line? You can have it. It's easier than you think. You were designed to have it. You were programmed to lose it. No matter where you are, you can start your life again here and now. And you are, in fact, an infinite, unlimited being of pure light. So we're going to go to a really awesome place. But before you go somewhere, you got to know where you are. So imagine that you climbed into your car and your address right now is maybe Shitville, or Life is Crap, town, and you want to get to paradise. You want to live your dream. Hey, let's make the address freedom. How about that? And you type in your navigation system. You say, hey, I'm heading towards freedom. Imagine your navigation system. What does it do? It says, okay, you type in the address of freedom. Let's go there. It doesn't say, let's talk about how long you've been sitting here in Shitville. No, it doesn't say, why have you still been sitting in Shitville for the last 20? It doesn't care. It doesn't matter where you've been or how long you've been there. It matters where you are. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you through several questions. All right? I'm going to take you through a weekend transformational seminar in the next few minutes. So we're going to get 100% clear on where you are. And in the next few minutes, if you will play 100% full out with me, I promise you something. You're going to come away clearer than you've ever been. So here's our rules, okay? I'm going to put 6 questions on the screen one at a time. You click the answer that is most accurate for you as quickly as you can and click submit. Don't think about it. Click the answer. The right answer will come out for you. No one will ever see your answers, but I will show you the averages so you know what everybody's clicking, okay? No one's going to see your answers, I promise you. All right, so here comes our polls. And everybody ready? Good. Go. I feel stuck in one or more areas of life. Click on the answer that is most true for you. Oh, wow. Good response. Man, we got like 27% in 9. Whoa, I think this might be the best group I ever worked with. We got 60% in 14 seconds. I don't think that's ever happened. Okay, let's keep that pace up, everybody. Come on, click, click, click. Do not be on this webinar taking your time, your day, your morning, your night, no matter where in the world you are. Don't be on this webinar and cheat yourself by not clicking these buttons. Answer these questions, and in a few minutes, you're going to be clearer than you've ever been, I promise you. All right, 10, 9. We have to go a little faster because we got to slow down at the end there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a look at these results, everybody. That's 100%, no matter how you slice it. Now, how can it be that I do this webinar sometimes with thousands of people in a month, okay? And I have billionaires and homeless people sitting in fast food restaurants using the internet on their phone to be on this webinar. People in 40 plus countries, every sex, every race, at every station in life, and we end up with 90 to 100% always answering the same answer. What is going on here? Okay, now second question, you ready? What area gives you the biggest challenge? Click it and go. Come on, everybody, fast as you can. If you knew how much information I want to share with you and what kind of a transformation I want to help you have today, you'll click as fast as you can. Come on, everybody, help me to close this up. 60% in 16 seconds again. Okay, but let's don't slow down at the end. Everybody, click those buttons. Come on. All righty. 3, 2, 1. We're getting a pretty good response. You guys could do a little bit better. We got some hesitation out there. Let's crank it up on the next one. All right. This is a little bit different numbers here, okay? Usually I get about 10% in the meaning and happiness, but I want you to notice what happens every time. Money is number one. We have billionaires that click the second response, multimillionaires that click the second response, and the vast majority click the first one, just getting enough money to get through life. Got to wonder why that is. How is it so universal in all these countries? And third question, ready, ready, ready? I've tried to change. I've actually made the decision, but I find that my thoughts and my emotions pull me back to what I don't want. All right, everybody. We got 20% have clicked in 10 seconds. We got to go a little faster. We're going to finish this webinar today. There we go. We got over 60%. Come on, everybody. 10, 9, 8. That was better. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, that was the end of the clicks. I'll close it. All right, look at this, everybody. That's 100% again, with 82% being most of the time or story of my fucking life. All over the world. Every race, every age. You thought you were alone, didn't you? You thought you were the only, you thought everybody else had their shit together. Not a chance. Now, this one's tough to answer. You want to click it fast. Don't screw around. Ready? Go. I feel like I operate in opposition to myself a lot. Be honest. What I mean is you decide you're going to lose weight, but you find yourself sneaking to the refrigerator 30 times between snacks. Okay? Or you buy the exercise equipment and now it's sitting as a laundry rack in your garage. You decide you want to really take control of your finances, but then you don't pick up the phone and make the calls that would make the difference. 3, 2, 1. 100%, minimum sometimes 100%, with 91% being up in the high levels. Oh, sorry, I thought I had clicked share. Sorry about that. There you go. Okay. Once again, 100%. Next question. Which of these emotions do you feel on a weekly or daily basis? Pick the one that really stands out the most to you. It's always number one. There we go again. It's always number one. There's a reason for this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Best response we had so far. That one was easy to answer and be honest, wasn't it? Look at this. 76% frustration. Frustration is a summary of a whole bunch of emotions buzzing around in your body. And it is not a fun place to be, is it? Not enjoyable at all. Okay, so I'm going to show you something you can do about that in just a little bit here. Last two questions. This one you may take a few seconds to answer, but don't take too long. Okay, I want you to read it and feel the answer. What is this combination of feeling stuck and this combination of emotions? What is it costing you? Be totally honest. Nobody's going to see your answers. Really be honest. Really be honest with yourself here. And in a way, you're being honest with people, because envision this for a second. While you're clicking, envision this. We got people all over the planet right now joined in the same mission, having this experience together. What a beautiful thing. There's a lot of people supporting you right now. All right. 3, 2, 1. Look at that. 100%. More than bothering them a bit. 100%. 12% ruining your life. My friend, I give you a big hug over cyberspace because I know exactly what you feel. Trust me. Okay? And how about this? Click the right answer, everybody. Click the right answer for you. I want to break through to that perfect life. I'm ready to do it. And if anybody clicks the last one at the bottom, I'm going to kick them off the webinar. Just kidding. Awesome. Wow. And that was the best response to all this. See, that's the happy question. Everybody click that one. Okay, good job, everybody. Check this out. Look at these results. 100%. Okay? And there's a few of you that kind of, I want it. Yeah, whatever. Okay, well, that's good, because guess what? We're going to go there. So now I want to make sure. Let me close these polls and tell me, if you will, type in a Y or a yes. Are you now seeing a screen that says quick polls? Are you ready for a breakthrough? Are you willing to do what it takes? Just give me a couple Y's or yeses. Please stop right there. Okay, I don't want a million yeses. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate it. Now, I'm going to do a very quick skim to look at the comments that have come in so far. And if there's anything that I must respond to, all right. Wow. Okay. Wow. Just a lot of great feedback. Thanks, everybody. Wow. I just got one of the coolest comments. Somebody that said, thank you for helping yourself so you could help me. That was freaking cool. Okay. So feel this for a minute. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to really have a breakthrough, especially if it's easy? Okay. So now we're going to start diving into kind of the woo woo, and I'm going to take you as fast as I can on many, many years of study and distillation and analysis. And again, I'm not going to apologize about the quantity of information. I've whittled it down the best I can. If there comes a moment that I'm not blowing your mind or benefiting you, click the little red X and you're right off the webinar, okay? So I'm going to cover a lot of information as quickly as I can. We have learned over the last few decades, especially the last 10 years or so, that the entire universe is nothing other than light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. I'm going to say that a few times today. Light expanding in all directions without end. Now, I'll be demonstrating that for you as we go, but I'm just going to assume for now that you have a certain amount of faith in the idea that the universe is literally light expanding in all directions without end. Okay, so if the entire universe is energy, light expanding in all directions without end, then what is every seemingly separate thing and every seemingly separate event in the universe? It seems like there's giraffes and toasters and pickles and water jugs and tin cans and coins and people. But the reality is that the universe isn't separate. That's just an illusion. It is all light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. Again, I'm going to demonstrate that for you. But if the universe is that, then what ultimately are you? My friend, you are light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. So take just a moment to slow down before we really dive in and breathe this phrase in a couple times. You might say it out loud if there's no one around to think that you're completely insane, or even if they are. and let yourself feel it. Okay, so kind of breathe this image in for just a second now. Light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. And I appreciate the feedback, everybody. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the feedback. Feel free to just stroke my ego and encourage me, because I tell you, the more you guys crank it up, the more I get on fire and the more awesome time we're going to have. So I'm going to be helping you to experience your reality of light in just a bit. So now, go inside and close your eyes. We're going to have a little mini experience to kind of warm us up before I take you through your mind and out the other side. So with your eyes closed now, feel your hands. With your eyes closed, put your hands out in front of you if you want, but don't move your fingers. All right, those of you that are typing me now, you don't have your eyes closed. You are cheating. Stop this. Okay? Eyes closed. Hands in front of you. Send your awareness into your hands without wiggling your fingers and feel your hands. Stop typing in messages and close your eyes, everyone. Okay. Feel your hands. Feel your hands. Notice whether you feel that you can like masterfully do it or just barely. Notice that you can feel your hands. You have the ability, and you're going to find out what a miracle this is in just a moment. Right now, you're like, oh, well, whatever. No, you have the ability to send your awareness wherever you want and feel whatever you want. So we're starting to realize, I can feel my hands. What's up with that? Now send your energy, your awareness into your feet. Don't look at your feet. Your eyes are closed. That would be cheating. Feel your feet and see that you have feet. Holy shit, I have the ability to send my awareness into my feet. What's up with that? You'll see why this is profound in just a little bit here. Now, feel your hands and your feet together. Notice that you can send your awareness into your hands and feet and actually feel them. You can send your awareness wherever you want. Now, with your eyes still closed, feel happy. Instead of feeling your hands or feet, feel happy. It may help you to send your awareness to your heart, the area of your chest. Don't worry about how well you do it. Don't try to do it right. Just do it and enjoy it. Put a smile on your face. Lift your shoulders up. Bring them back a little bit. Lift your chest up a little bit and smile and feel happy and let it spread through your body. And just notice whether you feel it 100% or 2%. Doesn't matter. I'll show you how to get to 110%. But the fact that you can direct your awareness to feel happy is a clue to you about your infinite power and where it comes from. Okay, so now with your eyes still closed, consider this life-changing insight. The quality of your life is the quality of how you feel. The quality of your life is the quality of how you feel. And there's a few teachers in the world who teach this. What I'm talking about is going way beyond teaching this to show you how to do what I do to change my own life and transform my own life. Find the emotion that you want to feel and feel it. So I want to invite you now to feel certain. We don't have the luxury of me spending an hour on this. We've got way too much to cover and way too big of an experience ahead of us. So we got to go quickly, but I want you to feel certain. Set the intention right now. I feel certain. I am certain. Feel certain. Feel powerful. Just feel powerful. Lift your shoulders up. Lift your head up. Feel powerful. Feel guided. Feel a certainty of the guidance that's available to you, even if you haven't fully experienced it up to this moment. Now feel that you stand in your own space. You are your own being. You have your own core. Feel at peace with money, wealth, abundance, whatever you want to call it. Just feel peace with abundance. That it's okay. You might say, well, I don't have enough money. And I would say, that's not true. You have the amount you have. It's not too much or not enough. It's just exactly how much it is. The rest is just your story, and your story makes you feel like shit. So drop the story and feel the peace that's here now. And from peace, you'll be able to change things the way you want. And now feel free. Feel free. Feel free. So go ahead and open your eyes and look at your screen for just a moment. It gives me a second to take a sip out of my tea. Light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. Now, we're going to be going a lot deeper into your ability to feel whatever it is that you choose. But for now, consider this. You have just proven to yourself, no matter how well or how poorly, those are judgmental words, you have done at feeling. You were able to feel, and you have the limitless ability to feel anything you want to feel. You always have. And if you can choose to feel something and then feel it, then obviously everything you ever feel is a choice you made and then forgot. So let that in. Okay. And I just got a question. How do we maintain this? You're going to find out, my man. You'll find out. Okay. So let's consider now, since we know that you can feel whatever you want to feel, right? Feel or consider for just a second, what have you been chronically feeling? The vast majority of you guys said frustration, but it doesn't matter which feeling it was that stuck out to you. The fact is, there's an unpleasant feeling that's been chronic for you that comes up unbidden, uninvited so often. Okay. So consider that. For the vast majority of people, it's frustration. Okay. But look at these feelings. Where did these feelings actually come from? Were they your feelings, or did you get them from mom, dad, teacher, preacher? And isn't it kind of strange for an infinite, unlimited being of light to ever experience those emotions, let alone experiencing them like chronically? Right. And Nancy, a lot of people feel that unwanted, unloved. You would be probably shocked to find out the percentage of people that's at the core of their experience. Okay. So we're talking about your paradigm, right? Your paradigm is how you see the world, and it's the filter inside of your mind, and it centers in your own self-image. So we're going to do some self-image work here now. We're going through the preparation to bring you up into the experience. Your paradigm creates all of your results on every topic, and that's the statement where a lot of people kind of, what the hell are you talking about, Brian? What are you talking about? It creates all of your results on every topic. And I want to show you why. This one little piece of information is one of the things that made such a big difference for me when I grasped this, okay? There's something inside of your brain called the RAS, and I call it the culprit behind this whole thing. So here's an oversimplification of what your RAS does. Your RAS listens to what you believe, and it listens to what you've said you want to focus on, and it filters everything else out. And I want you to notice that the visual impulses, so your optic nerve, your auditory nerves, every single nerve in your body comes into the RAS before it can get to your brain for processing. Now, depending on who you study, who you believe, whatever, we understand that there's somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 million bits of information flying into your brain every second, 4 million bits per second. The RAS filters this down to about 2,000 bits that it lets in your brain. They say that if you experience everything at once, you'd go crazy. Well, I personally think that's total bullshit. I think we've been very programmed, but that's my opinion, okay? But what really matters here is that if you got 4 million bits of data available every second that you could be processing to analyze and figure out and make your decisions, do you think you might have a little more freedom than if you just have 2,000 bits that have been filtered down by what you already believe is true? And what about this? Because the RAS goes by what you have already decided is true, you get stuck with the same 2,000 bits over and over and over, which is why we feel like we're in opposition to ourselves. It's why when you guys answered those polls, you said, man, it seems like I operate in opposition to myself. Like I want to change and I still can't do it. So When you get the same 2,000 bits over and over and over and over and over, the net result is that you feel stuck. You feel hopelessly stuck, and you're stuck by your paradigm. Stephen Covey, I consider one of the greatest geniuses that has ever lived, left his body a few months ago. And Dr. Covey says, if you want to make baby step gains, work on your behaviors, your attitudes, and learn new techniques. But if you want to change and make a quantum leap and totally transform your life, you got to change your freaking paradigm. So let's do a little bit of paradigm work. As we go through the paradigm and self-image work, you're going to want to tune in about 1,010% with me. Okay, so there are four main paradigms or worldviews that currently operate. And because this is going to sound dry and it's profound, so please get this. In the school systems, in the governmental systems, in sales and business training, in marketing training, in religion, and of course in self-help and personal development, there's four main paradigms being taught and operating because that's the four paradigms that everybody believes. So what I'm going to do is show you the four pre-existing paradigms, and this is just the way I see it, but it's worked for several thousand people, so maybe it'll work for you. Look at these four paradigms and see which one is closest to true for you, and that's going to help you to shift it. Okay, so level one paradigm is kind of a caveman existence, and interestingly, somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 60% of people on the planet live primarily out of this paradigm. Okay, and it is, I must make it happen. I am a body. I go, I fight, I bring home the bananas. And I mean, disease, unhappiness, frustrated relationships, a lot of pain, and usually dying early from strokes or heart attacks. Level two paradigm, I'm not a body. I'm smart. I'm a mind. I make it happen smarter, faster, better, and I hire other people and send their bodies out to go do it, or maybe I send my body out to go do it after I figured it out and can do it smart. Number three, heart and love. This is beautiful, but have you ever noticed that most spiritual people can't get their shit together? Can't make a nickel? Okay? The idea behind heart and love is, I'm not the only one here, so let's make it happen together, and then we'll use our mind and body to go out and do the good stuff and bring home bananas. Level four paradigm is spirit and religion. I'm going to make it happen with everything taken into account because we're all one. Now, my one is better than yours, and we will kill and bomb you people until you realize that our one is the true one, but we're still all one, and that's what matters. Okay, so that's the kind of the core of not everyone. I'm not picking on everyone, but this is what's happening in these four paradigms. These are the ideas. So we're going to send our heart, mind, and body to do the work and bring home the bananas because, hey, we still got to eat, right? Even though we're all one. So as I analyzed these four paradigms, I was homeless in that moment, and I was formulating this paradigm right before I had my breakthrough. And the thing that actually gave me the first breakthrough was when I recognized that in all self-help and self-improvement, there is this fundamental lie that's in all four of these paradigms. It's all the same thing. And what it boils down to is that you need improvement. Now you're going to find out why this is so devastating of a belief in just a few minutes. But we got people from all over the world on this webinar, so I'm going to tell you how we say it in the United States. Okay, we have a brilliant, super intelligent saying. We say nobody's perfect. And when you believe nobody's perfect, here's what happens. All of a sudden, there's God on a throne. He's the judge. We're not perfect. He's perfect. We have to get perfect to get to heaven. So we're going to suffer on this earth until we die. These beliefs, even people who say they don't believe it, the beliefs are in their body, affecting them every moment. And what it creates is self-judgment and judgments of others. And you end up stuck. Now, we're a little tiny bit behind, so I'm going to go even faster than usual, but this is really important. Let me take a quick glance at the comments. Ooh, Nancy said improvement addiction. Nice. It is so common. There is a massive self-help addiction, no doubt about it. Okay, so check this out, everybody. Here's what we do. We look at the carrot and we say, I want that carrot. The carrot might be the ultimate relationship. It might be $1 million in the bank account. It might be whatever, but it keeps showing up as what you don't want. And you look at it and you say, man, I can see it. I can smell it. I can almost taste it. Man, if I run a little bit faster, if I do neck stretching exercises, I'm going to be able to bite that carrot and I'll be able to have it. But the faster you run, the further it gets away. And there's that feeling of being in opposition to yourself, the feeling that you try to make a difference, but your emotions and the old stuff pulls you back. I'm going to tell you what's behind it. You look at it, and in the back of your mind, while you tell yourself you want it, and you go to the next carrot grabbing class, in the back of your mind, there's a core part of your paradigm that says, you're worthless. You don't deserve it. Nobody's perfect. You need to keep improving. And then maybe when you improve enough, you'll be able to have that carrot, but not yet. 500 more seminars, 2,000 Hail Marys, and you got to beat yourself with a whip in the corner for 3 years. And then you can maybe have the carrot. So, my friend, I'm asking you, can you admit to yourself, before we take the next step, can you admit that you've been the one holding the stick the whole damn time? All right? Okay, so here's what I want to do right now. Before we dive into the content and look at this mentally, emotionally, and scientifically and spiritually, I want to ask you, now's the time. Take a quick breather and look back at what we've done since we started here 47 minutes ago. If this is having any benefit for you, if this is clicking into place for you, if it's lighting any pathway for you to go, oh, wow, just type in 2, 3, 4 words. And if you have a question, type it in. This might be the time to answer. I may answer it at the end, but just 3 or 4 words of feedback real quickly. Let me know how this is working for you, because we're about to go double speed through the remainder of this information. Okay, so, all right, go ahead, everybody. Whoa, flying. Look at that. It got stuck, and then a whole bunch of comments came in at once. Okay. So I tell you what, a few more. You guys go ahead and just type in 3 or 4 words. Let me know exactly what you're getting. And I'm going to share a few of these quickly so you can see what other people are saying. Valerie is feeling tingly. Paul said, man, this is good so far. Carol says, it is awesome. Mark says he's growing. Wow. Ray says, man, this is all about me. People often say, it's like you're reading my mail, Brian. Okay. Wow, I love that. David says, not my usual cup of tea, man. He's saying this is some weird shit, but you're on point, and that's what's important, okay? This is nobody's normal cup of tea, my man. Okay, good. Something clicked tonight. Good. Following the insights. Very liberating. All right, good. So thanks, everybody. We've got a lot of people saying it clicked. Okay, so that's perfect now. All right, thanks, everybody. Alrighty, now, in the level 5 paradigm, we know that the entire universe is made of conscious energy, right? And since you're part of the universe, you're made of what? Conscious energy. So we looked at the 4 paradigms, meat suit, mindset, heart, and then religion. But check this out. There's a 5th paradigm. This is, again, how I define it. In the level 5 paradigm, you are infinite. You are unlimited. You're perfect. You're complete. You are eternal. You don't die. I hate to mess up the belief in death, because they make billions selling caskets every year and people buy lots of Kleenexes and stuff, but it isn't real. You're made of light, and light doesn't die. It comes into form, through form, changes, and passes out of form a billion, zillion, gazillion times forever, because that's what it wants to do. So you're actually perfect and complete with no problems, but you and I were born into a sleeping culture where we were programmed with all the bullshit that everybody around us, culturally, genetically, our parents, historically, what they believe, that's what they programmed us with. And it's interesting. You notice not everybody believes exactly the same thing. Everybody got different mixtures of programming, but in some way or another, you got stuck. So let's take a look at this physically. And again, we're going to fly now, okay? So you were born, you perfect, infinite, unlimited, eternal little being of light. You were born with this capacity to experience anything you wanted, and even to create your life and experience it the way you came here to experience. And you say, well, then why would I be living so much hell? Well, you came from heaven to earth to have an experience. You wouldn't come from heaven to earth to experience heaven. You came here to experience limitation because it got boring being an infinite, unlimited being. We'll talk about that in just a minute. You have this capacity called faith. Faith is the spiritual or non-physical aspect of your RAS. And here's how it works. You were surrounded with words, ideas, and emotions, and you said, I'll buy that. Look at here. I'm laying here crapping in my diaper. These infinite gods are walking around, fully conscious, able to walk and talk and actually not shit in their pants. They're amazing. I'm going to buy whatever they say, man. I believe that. Okay, so you took your faith and you invested your faith. Okay, thanks for the feedback, everybody. You invested your faith in what those people said, and that turned into unconscious beliefs in your brain. And all of a sudden, you have blockages and doubts and uncertainty installing themselves in your infinite body of light, little magnets. Then they taught you you're separate from all else. No, you're not an infinite being of light, and the universe is not a safe, perfect place. No. And you said, that sucks, but I'll buy that. So you invested your faith and it created unconscious beliefs. And now you have fear and pain and hopelessness that shows up in your body, buzzing around, and it shows up when you don't want it. And then they taught you the rules about money. I don't know about you, but they fucked me up like bad for the vast, vast, vast majority of my life. Still clearing out the cobwebs. Okay, but thank God I found out that the rules they taught me about money weren't true. Don't you figure that Trump learned different rules about money than you learned? I don't think Trump's on the webinar today. Okay, so, oh, there you are, Donald. No, he's not on here today. Okay, so you learned rules about money, but it wasn't the truth. But guess what you did when great grandma came over or Uncle Bob came over on Thursday evenings to have dinner with the family, and he said, "Those fucking stupid, rich, greedy, selfish bastards, man. If it wasn't for them, I'd be able to get by in life." And you said, "Man, I'm not gonna ever be a stupid, rich, greedy bastard. I don't know what they are, but I'm not gonna be one of those." So you, in essence, you said, "I'll buy that." And you invested your faith, which created unconscious beliefs. And now you have resistance to wealth and counterproductivity against abundance. And the irony, no offense to grandma, okay, but grandma's been out of her body for 30 years and you still don't want to offend her by getting rich. What am I? At one point in your life, you asked the question, what am I? Who am I? And I don't know what they told you, but I know what they told me. They told me, stupid, ugly, worthless piece of shit. Not good enough, not loved. And we all learned this in different ways. And guess what you and I both said? I'll buy that. And there's our self-image. Our faith went into these unconscious beliefs, and now self-hate, hopelessness, frustration, doubt, blockages, pain. And what kind of topics did they give us these beliefs? I mean, what kind of program do we get? Well, how about we believe in death? We believe we're separate. We believe we're not safe. We believe God's angry with me for all that bad shit I did. Money equals pain. That's what they show me on TV. The people that don't want us to be wealthy, they show it on TV constantly. They talk about it on the news constantly. I'm not good enough. Fear. And these unconscious beliefs, now this is like the biggest summary so far, everybody. So I'm going to slow down one last time here. These unconscious beliefs make up your self-image, who you believe you are and how you relate to the universe. And that's your paradigm. Hello? And it is impossible for a human being to consistently behave in a manner that's inconsistent with their own self-image. It is impossible for a human being to consistently behave in a manner that is inconsistent with their own self-image. So you don't act from what you are, you infinite, eternal, perfect. My brother, my sister, I love you with all my heart. I'm in awe of you, you amazing, infinite being of light. But you don't act from what you are. You act from what you've unconsciously agreed that you are. Your RAS agrees. You invest your faith, and that's the 2,000 bits of bullshit that you get over and over and over forever until you change your paradigm. What does this mean? It means that, like I think 100% on this webinar, you're constantly in opposition to yourself, struggling with all your energy. So picture this now. Picture your mind and your body fighting to overcome. And here's your infinite being delivering the hell that you required off the menu, that you ordered off the menu with all of the beliefs that you set up in your earlier life. So this little you is fighting against your infinite self to try to overcome what you are creating. That's where that donkey image comes in. Okay, so we looked at it physically. Let's look at it spiritually and scientifically. And if this upsets some of your beliefs, you can thank me later. Okay, so in the beginning, there was nothing. But this was a very special, amazing, powerful nothing, because this nothing contained the potential for everything. It was an infinite, unlimited, eternal being in beyond description, beyond imagination, in bliss forever and ever and ever, except for one problem. Bliss got boring. And this infinite being said, man, I want to go somewhere. But there was no space. Couldn't go anywhere. It was just eternity. And it said, well, I'm gonna have a good time. But there was no time. So it couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything, no options. So it said, well, damn, I'm going to have to make a universe. I'll build a universe and I'll go play in it. Yeah, I can have experience that way. But there were no building materials. So the only thing it could make a universe out of was itself. So that's what you did. You said, I'll make a universe out of myself and I'll hide in it, and I'll hide and I'll forget that I hid. And then I'll forget that I forgot that I hid, and then I'll really have the experience of limitation. This is gonna rock. So you said, let there be light. Boom! And there was light, and the light and the darkness split. Now, these lights don't actually exist. There isn't anything real and physical, but it looked like it. So there's this big bang, if you want to call it that, splits into billions of billions of billions of billions of billions of billions of trillions of quadrillions of quintillions of septillions. I could go on and probably sound really smart if I tried, but lots and lots of these little things that we call atoms. And these atoms, as we studied them, we were told that these were the smallest unit, and they had weight and they had space. But then we got these better microscopes, and we went inside and went, oh shit, there's nothing in that little electron at all. It's just little lights blinking in and out of existence really fast. And we went into the nucleus and went, oh shit, there's nothing there either. It's just lights blinking in and out of existence real fast. There's nothing here. What the heck's going on? And so we find out that the universe is exactly what Buddha said 2,500 years ago. It's lights blinking in and out of existence a septillion times per second, giving us the illusion of a universe. And here's my couple of questions for you. Have you ever been to a movie? You go in a movie, you sit down in the theater, they start the movie. This roll of film rolls these pictures past a light 30 frames per second, not a septillion, okay, just 30 frames per second. And you sit there and your eye thinks there's a movie. It doesn't know it's little pictures, because 30 frames a second, blinking, 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 is enough to hypnotize your eye, fool your brain to think that you're in the movie. Now, I can prove you think you're in the movie, because when they show you something sexy, you get turned on. When they show you something scared, you scream. When they show you something happy, you laugh. They show you something sad, you cry. You forget your life. You think you're in the damn movie. And my question to you is, if 30 frames a second could hypnotize you to think you're in the movie, do you think that trillions of quadrillions of septillions of octillions of lights blinking in and out of existence in different frequencies and different complexity combinations could trick you to think that you're in a universe? And if so, is it possible that you could back up far enough away from the universe to actually realize the whole damn thing was just a bunch of lights blinking in and out of existence? It's really just one light. It's an infinite, unlimited, eternal being who chose to come into a universe, to make a universe and hide in it in billions of forms, splitting itself infinitely into complexity in order to experience itself. And it expands and expands and expands to experience itself more and more and more, because otherwise it would just be the same. It would get stuck with the sameness of one moment. So it expands, light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. You ever heard that before? Light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. But there's one little catch, because there's one little tiny corner of the universe that we're absolutely convinced is real. I mean, you're as convinced as I am. We call it me. And it seems really real. Man, you stub your toe and it just sucks because you believe it. So we've all heard that we're made in the image of God, right? Even those of us that don't like the word God. There's this non-physical energy, and what it does is it creates an image. This non-physical energy right here, this is the point of creation. This is where the Big Bang is happening a septillion times per second, because get this, eternity doesn't take time. We're playing in time and space down here. This is the illusion. This is the fun. We're projecting out of eternity into time and space to have experience. You can't have experience in eternity. You didn't come here to work out your karma. You didn't come here to finally get it right. You didn't come here to finally get holy enough that you're able to go to heaven. You came here from heaven to have an experience. So this infinite being projects an image of what it wants to be like, and it projects this infinite light expanding in all directions into forms which we call physical bodies. And a lot of people say, man, that makes a lot of sense, Brian, but this light that you're talking about, I don't see this light you're talking about. And I say, have you ever seen an X-ray? Neither have I. We use them every day. And if you study light for about 12.3 seconds, you'll find out that the little tiny itty bitty little sliver that we get to see is actually just a minute micro fraction of what light really is. We only see the tiniest little bit of it. So remember, 4 million bits and we get about 2,000. Here's another factor. So arguing that you don't see the light is kind of pointless and doesn't really get you anywhere. So this light that's flowing into you, it animates you. And I got a critical question for you. If the light animates you and makes you possible, then could you exist without it? Of course not. So if you couldn't exist without it, then it's what makes you exist, then it is what you are, and the light is you, and you are actually light. Just light, but that's no small thing. And what's contained and transmitted in this light? This is where it gets really fun. Check this out. Inside of this light is infinite intelligence. All the knowledge, wisdom, information that has ever been and will ever be is contained in this light. What, Ryan? All the knowledge, information, and wisdom that has ever been and will ever be is contained in this light. Well, how can that be? Because the light isn't coming from time. It's coming from eternity. It contains timeless, infinite knowledge. All time seems to be happening here in this dimension, but this light's coming from eternity. And this image does more to help someone who's really ready than anything. This really made the big difference for me. When I visualized this, I had an artist put this image together for me. I call it the sphere of opposites. So you project out of eternity into time and space for the purpose of having an experience. You, like me and everyone else, you project into what I call this, the sphere of opposites. S-P-H-E-R-E, the sphere of opposites. And in this sphere of opposites, you have a choice of being fat or skinny, old or young, male or female, on and on. So up or down, rich or poor, healthy or sick, every possible pair of options, the opposites that you could imagine. Not only that, but every experience of going left and right and up and down, peeing now or waiting 10 minutes to pee. Every option is available to you in this sphere of opposites. And what would an infinite, unlimited being do? You would look at the life around you, you'd look at the contrast, you'd make your choice, and you'd say, do I pee now or do I pee in 10 minutes? Or do I wait till the end of the webinar? Hey, this might be good stuff that's coming up. Do I take the choice to go this way or do I go that way? You would just choose and go. But remember our beliefs. So we're going to clear some of that as we go to the next step. But what I want to show you is the cool thing is you ain't the only one here. And you and I ain't the only ones here. We are truly the one that created heaven and earth in order to dive into it, split into billions of little mirrors of the one light, expanding from moment to moment, having kids and expanding through them and having them expand through what they learn and where they go and other planets that they'll visit as civilization spreads. On and on and on, expanding to experience yourself in ever more complexity. Now, when I got this, I was led about a year and a half ago to create Level 5, the Level 5 company. And I'm going to get really personal, and then we're going to now go into the meditation, the experience here in just a couple minutes that I told you about. So let me get really personal with you. And we're ahead of time now, so this is great. I looked out at my world, and I may say a couple things that shock you now. And if you feel offended or upset, you know where the little red button is to click the X and get off the webinar, okay? I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories today, but I'm just going to give you what I saw. I saw that there were a couple of mega gigantic international multi-billion-dollar companies that actually want to own the entire food supply of planet Earth, and they don't mind if everybody dies in the process as long as they can maximize their profit. This is not about the evils of corporations. I don't believe in that bullshit. These are people who believe that they are limited, dangerous. They believe all the programming they got. They became extremely wealthy and powerful, and they're doing what they think they have to do to survive for their families. No, I'm not making anybody wrong or bad, but I saw that and I thought, that's not on the sphere of opposites, that's not the side that I choose. I prefer something else. Not making it wrong. And I found out that there are governments all across the planet that as they're losing control, they're making plans to go into tyranny and take away the freedoms of their people. I found out that there's countries with genocides going on, with people running out in the damn streets with machetes. Okay? I put away my TV 14 years ago. I get a little bit of headlines very rarely, but I haven't watched TV for 14 years at all. I don't tune into it. But I see and I know and I listen. I go, wow, there's so much shit going on out there that I wouldn't choose. And I look at the people I love and especially my children. I don't know about you, but I don't want my kids running out into machetes, a river of blood in the street. I don't want to walk out the door with my family and be carted off to a concentration camp because a government thinks they're losing control. I don't want to see, and for the moment, I'm focusing on what I don't want. You'll see why. We always in Level 5, we always focus on what we do want, but you got to see what's happening, then you make your choice. You see what's happening, you make your choice. So I saw this crazy shit going on. I don't want that. I definitely prefer this. And I got the words of Gandhi Be the change you want to see in the world. So now I'm talking to your heart from mine. I got inspired to be the change I want to see in the world. I've been asking, what can one person do? What can one person do? And the universe said, fucking everything. You're the one. I'm you, you're me. Go do it. Create the world you want to live in. And I'm telling you that you have the ability to create the world you want to live in. You want to live in a world where there's no war, but there's peace. You want to live in the world where there's no disease. You're an infinite, unlimited being. I don't care if you believe it or not. And so my mission is to transform my world, not yours, but we can get in the same sphere of opposites if we want. I want to assist those who are ready to transform their business, their income, their wealth, their careers, their relationship, their lives by a transformation in conscious communication. So let me kind of demonstrate what was happening when I first started this. Everywhere I went, I would run into someone. Now, this is a picture of a lighthouse. We call the members of level 5, we call ourselves lighthouses. And it's because we're all unlimited, infinite beings, okay? But the vast majority of us have dumbed our light down. We've toned it down because they told us, don't toot your own horn, don't brag, get down in line there where we can control you and you can be cogs in society. And so that's what we did. So I'd meet someone and they'd start telling me their problems. For some reason, they just knew they could tell me. And I would help them. And there would come a moment, usually within just a few minutes, maybe an hour. And look at your screen now. They would go, oh my God. And they would just, bam, wake up to the lighthouse that they've always been. And I saw that I could help a lot of people one-on-one. That'd be great, but I'm not going to really transform my world at high speed. So I created level 5. And now today we have over 1,000 members in 40 plus countries. We've created some tools for transforming the world. We're attracting some of the most brilliant volunteers, affiliates, amazing people. There are people who are donating time to level 5, and there are people who are sharing this information with other people and making income from it. We got people that have made pretty good incomes from it that have been with us since we started this a year and a half ago. And we are now calling coaches, teachers, mentors, energy healers, light workers, speakers, trainers. This thing is becoming a movement on its own, and my team and I are 100% behind it. Let's transform the world faster. Man, the forces that are wanting to go the other direction, they ain't slowing down, but we're not in opposition to them. We're just creating the world we want. You don't oppose the system, you create the way you want. And I'm also calling you. So before we go into the meditation, I just want to get clear with you before we go into that experience. There's opportunity here for you to transform your world. And it starts by you transforming yourself. I'm going to give you a couple easy on-ramps, starting with this experience that we're about to have right now. And at the end, if you're interested in possibly generating income and expanding this, or just expanding it, there's no right or wrong answer to this. So now, let's get ready to go into the experience here. And I am going to do something that I haven't done for a while. Okay? We're going to go into a short, computer got stuck there. We're going to go into a short gazing session. I got a million comments. I'm going to ignore those for the moment, but if I can get a couple Y's or yeses, are you guys seeing me on screen now? A couple Y's or yeses. Okay, stop right there. Thank you. I don't want to get 1,000 clicks. I want to get through this. Thanks, everybody. All right. I haven't done this for a while, and it is time to do it. All right. So what I want to invite you to do is take a look in my right eye. This is a mirrored camera, so don't worry about that. I know that normally this would be my right. This is my right. I'm actually familiar. my camera mirrors it. With your right eye, I want you to look in my right eye. And I'm just going to simply go into a state, nothing far out, nothing woo-woo. You'll have the experience you have. It may be absolutely mind-melting and transformative for you, and you may just feel a little more peaceful. So simply look into my right eye. You'll see that I don't blink very much when I do this. That's okay if you do. And my monitor is very bright, so I actually may blink a few times this time. That's okay too. I'm just going to go into a state of love and peace, and I'm going to assist you to go deeply into that state. And then we'll go into the meditation. So let yourself feel a little bit of love, a little bit of peace. You're still on the webinar because you want an experience. You want a transformation. You want to shift something. And you've stayed this long because you're really ready. And I honor you. I'm grateful that you're here. Grateful that I'm here. And envision as we do this that right now we have people all over the planet joined together in this amazing time and space, connected to eternity. We never got cut off. You and I, as one, are sitting in total absolute peace and grace in eternity right now, infinitely beyond safe. And we just wanted to dance, so we're here playing. Okay. So, namaste on that. The infinite, eternal, unlimited light in me sees and honors and respects and appreciates the same in you. And let's go into our experience. Take a couple deep breaths and take a good look at this image. And I have got some beautiful feedback. If you need to, I'm going to take just a short moment here, okay? So if you must go pee, top off your water, go for it. All right. All right. Just clearing out some comments. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate those comments. All right. You're welcome. You're welcome, Alejandrina. I love saying your name. My love to you also, Paul, my brother. Absolutely. All right. So here we go, everybody. It's time. Kind of check in. And I'm not going to shortcut this. I can see right now the webinar is going to go a little bit over, and I'm not going to shortcut it, okay? So as you look at this image and you let it kind of melt in, let it just permeate your consciousness. It's doing a lot of work right now. You may or may not know it. That's okay. Gently close your eyes. Soften. With your eyes closed, relax. Let the word relax emanate through your body. And bring your awareness. Remember how we brought our awareness to our hands and then our feet, then our hands and feet. Then we brought our awareness to happiness. Bring your awareness into the very throne of your royal existence, which is the center of your skull. So behind the eyes, a little bit, just a little tiny bit in front of the ears. And you could kind of visualize a cross section of your head, left and right, and then front and back. Go straight into the center. And as we do this for the next few minutes, it's going to just get easier and easier and easier. Some of you are going to feel, oh, this is, wow, I'm able to go straight into the center. Some of you are like, what the hell is he talking about? Just relax. Relax. And go into the center of your head. Now, you're sitting on your throne, the center of your head. You may or may not be familiar with the chakra system. Okay, a little bit of support will help here. So if you feel that you have a difficult time staying in the center of your head, holding your focus there, relax. pull in through your closed eyes. Just feel like maybe you're right out in front of your eyes with your eyes closed, and pull into the center of your head, and then look out your eyes with your eyes closed, and you will feel, whoa, I'm really there. Really there. I'm on. Wow, this is cool. And I call this your throne. Never heard it said this way before, but it really works. And here's what I mean by that. You're you have a chakra system in your body. It's a series of energy cells. You're not a physical body at all. I know it seems like it. Your body is light, and it's connected to the infinite light, whether it looks like it or not. And you have these chakras. They're little energy transmitters that line all over your body, outside your body, inside your body, but there's 7 primary ones running up your spine and to the top of your head. The 6th chakra is in the very center of your head, which, just interestingly, for all spiritual, there's always a physical mirror, but neither are real. It's all just is what it is. Your 6th chakra is also where the chemical factory in the brain is located. And on the 6th chakra, you know yourself as the infinite, unlimited vastness of being. So go ahead and feel that. You're on your throne. You're relaxed. And when you were little and they said, that's wrong, don't go that way, and you said, wrong, don't go that way, I'll buy that. You moved off your throne, and mom or dad or grandma or uncle or preacher or priest or teacher moved on your throne on that topic, and they actually put their butt on your throne, and you edged off a little bit. And then they said, we don't go there, we go here. And you said, don't go there, go here. Okay, they're right and I'm wrong. I'll buy that. And they got on your throne. And then someone said, this is not true, this is true. And you said, I'll buy that. And they got on your throne. Now this is where it got confusing, because someone else said, but that's not true, this is true. And you said, I buy that too. And now you had confusion, and now opposition. And you actually gave up your throne over the course of a lifetime to where you're rarely on it at all. And when you think and you feel doubt and you feel concern or fear, those unpleasant emotions or frustration, it's all the people doing your thinking, sitting on your throne, dictating the orders. Your throne. And what's really beautiful is the minute you start this process with me, you're moving back on the throne, which starts to move them out automatically. And you might have a little fun and say, Mom, Dad, teacher, preacher, I love you. Get your ass off my throne right now. I'm taking my throne back. Relax. Pull in through your eyes again and make sure you're anchored. And it'll get easier and easier and easier to be right there on your throne. Feel what it's like to be on your throne. And interestingly, your 7th chakra at the top of your head is called your crown chakra, the crown of your head. You're under your crown, sitting on your throne. And now feel what it's like. Picture someone sitting in the cab of a gigantic piece of like earth moving equipment. So a forklift or a backhoe or a bulldozer. And they sit in there and they move those little levers. You're sitting on your throne now with all the levers of the universe back in your hands for the first time in probably a very, very long time. Remember how you do it. You pull back in through your closed eyes anytime you feel that you've moved off. And for the rest of this experience, my words are like rain sprinkling on your awareness. Your focus is in the center of your head. And make sure you're breathing deeply now. Focused in the center of your head, breathing deeply. And notice that you were breathing all along. You're just choosing to breathe a little more deeply now. Now focus in the center of your head, relax. And I want you to envision a brilliant, beautiful white light directly in front of your forehead. And you can't tell where it's coming from. It seems like it's just there. It's just a light. It's like it doesn't have a source. Not that you can see. And then you realize it's one light shining in all directions simultaneously without end. So it's actually the light of the universe. Your mind would just think that it's separate, but it's not. So as you see with your eyes closed, you see this brilliant white light in front of you, right in front of your forehead. Invite this light to simply go ahead and shine right through your tissues as you realize it already was. Light doesn't stop. Sunlight doesn't just reflect off your skin, it shines right through you, right into the earth. Photons from the sun pass through trees, grass, earth, all the way out the other side, constantly. Just like this light passing through you. And so, as you welcome that, invite this light to shine right through your throne and simply pull the energies of those other people right off your throne and transmute their energies back to love and back to where they came from as you claim your throne, my throne. Breathing deeply in the center of your head and allow yourself to think about the last 3 days, a moment or an experience where you felt doubt, you felt uncertainty, you felt shaken, uncertain, frustrated. Someone else was doing your thinking for you. Seeds that got planted there a long time ago, emotions that have nothing to do with you. Mom was nervous when she was pregnant with you. She was nervous afterwards. Dad had low self esteem from different experiences, and those things got into us. Uncle Bob thought rich people were selfish, greedy bastards who took away his opportunity because that's what he heard. And those ideas and those emotions and those vibrations got right into us, and a lot of it got lodged on the throne. Time for a good flush. So let that light flush, let it merge and just permeate through your tissues to the non physical and elevate those energies right out of you and see and feel that it's happening. And now, with your eyes closed, as you look at the light, notice that the light isn't getting stained, it isn't getting damaged, it isn't getting weaker from this experience. It's just transmuting those energies. You can't harm light, and you're that light. You just gave yourself a little bit different rules than pure white light. You gave yourself the rules of being able to feel when you stub your toe. You gave yourself the rules about what's good and bad and right and wrong. You can just withdraw your energy from that. So we'll do a little bit of that too. And now I want you to command from your throne, brother, sister, infinite being of light, from your throne, command that that light simply release those energies back to where they came from right now. Feel it. Know it. Now invite that light to shine right back with its pure perfection. It was totally uncolored and untouched by any of that energy. This light burns it and transmutes it. So let this light come in and let it touch your emotions. And as this happens, choose to feel love. Now you're on your throne in the center of your head. You can still feel your heart. So feel the love that's in your heart and let a little smile spread across your face. And notice that you have the ability and the capacity to choose to feel love and to feel love. And notice that your body knows the signature energy patterns of love. You don't have to have it defined for you. It doesn't matter what language you speak. You know love when you feel it. It's already there inside of you, and you just found it. You actually didn't have to find it elsewhere. It was in you. So now let that love radiate through your whole body. Let that smile spread from your face like sunshine through your core, out to your arms and legs, through your whole body. Let it actually vibrate larger than your body. Love. You're on the center of your throne, under your crown, making your choice now. love. Acceptance is in love. Enjoyment is inside of love. Welcoming tenderness is inside of love. And there you are feeling it. All these flavors. Now, shift from love to peace. I feel peace. I am peace. I'm in a state of peace. Remember, the sounds and the words that I deliver now are simply rain sprinkling in your awareness. You are focused on the center of your head, on your throne. And now you feel peace. And as you notice the peace emanating, the peace was already inside of you. Wait a minute, how can that be? Love and peace must not be something outside of me that I have to go get. They're attributes of light. And I'm light. So these things are already a part of me. And notice in peace, there's certainty and confidence and relaxation, trust, safety and security, peace. And now move from peace to joy. And as you shift, feel joy. I have the intention of joy. I feel joy. I am joy. Feel the joy. Feel joy. And notice that you know the flavors of joy. The peace and the love had this warm, accepting certainty, but this joy, like you want to dance, you want to move, you want to do something, you want to draw or paint or create or move, have fun. It's got a really liveliness to it, a lively energy to it. And let it spread through your body. You're in the center of your head, breathing deeply, enjoying it. Let's polish our breath just a little bit. We're not going to really focus too much there this first time through. What I'd like for you to do is simply see if you can make your breath a little more fluid. So as it flows in, don't stop when you get full. Flow right into the out breath. And when you get to the bottom of the out breath, the exhale, just curve into the end. This is called cyclical breathing. So you breathe in, out, in. There's no stops or pauses. You keep that connection on the center of your throne, center of your head, joy. And now go back to love. And there it is. It's still right there waiting for you. You are light, and love is an attribute of light. And this time, as you feel it and you welcome it, bring the peace right in with it and let them merge like in a blender, love and peace. Notice how they overlap into one feeling and bring in the joy, that happy, sparkling, fun feeling. So your love and joy and peace. You are love and joy and peace. It's who you were in eternity forever. And you didn't stop being the eternal you when you came into time and space, did you? No. So see yourself poised on the edge of eternity, getting ready to create a universe and create this body with all this story, all the story of the universe and all the apparent history. You made it. You invented it. You created it. Infinite, unlimited power beyond description, beyond imagining, to actually hold this mirage together with all the memories and everybody else agreeing. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Billions of years of evolution. Yeah, we agree with that. And here you are. Love and joy and peace. And if you blend love and joy and peace into one thing, it's serenity. And you are serenity. So see how this feels. I am serenity. I am light expanding in all directions, simultaneously without end. I am serenity. I created and I hid in it and I forgot. And then I forgot that I forgot. And then I felt stuck. But now I remember. And I can no longer forget that I remember. But I do remember having forgotten. And now I look around with such compassion for those who have forgotten. That those who are ready to remember, I want to help them. I want to transform my world from a place of power, love, and joy and peace. Those chronic emotions that I was living, I'd like to just step out of those now and step into this. I prefer this. Those emotions weren't mine in the first place. Love and joy and peace and serenity, yeah. More of that, please. Subconscious mind, do your job. Love and joy and peace and serenity. And in a moment, we're going to open our eyes very gently, but not yet. I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We got in the habit a long time ago of when we open our eyes, we fly out through our eyes. Remember how we could put our awareness in our hands or in our feet or in our heart or now in the center of our head? There's no limits to where you can send your awareness, including the furthest star, because you are the one. There's nothing off limits for you. There's nothing hard. Nothing's harder or easier. Those are mental concepts in time and space. And so you've been in the habit of flying out into and touching the things that you see. You fly out, literally, the energy that you are flies out of your body and touches and experiences the things you look at. And it creates a feeling of fear and uncertainty and unsafety until you do it intentionally from mastery, which is, if you want to play there, you can later. But for now, what we want to do is feel how you feel on your throne, safe and secure and certain in love and joy and peace. So this time when we open our eyes, I'm going to assist you to not fly out your eyes. You're going to stay on the throne. So I'll count from 5 to 0, and on 0 we open our eyes. 5, I am light expanding in all directions simultaneously without end. 4, love, joy, peace, serenity in eternity and in time for experience. 3, sitting safe in the center of my head on my throne. 2, breathing in a cyclical pattern, in and out, and in and out. 1, when you open your eyes, open them slowly and gently and allow the light from your computer monitor to come in and see you. Light expanding in all directions without end simultaneously. Allow it to shine in and touch you on your throne. There's no need to fly out. 0. Open your eyes slowly and gently and allow that light to come in and touch you and feel what it's like to look from the throne. And gently turn your head left and then right while staying on your throne. So your throne now is your pivot. You're in there on the throne as you turn your neck. You're not flying around, slinging around in the energies out there anymore. Look up and down gently on your throne. All right, let's stay in this energy for a little bit. And I want to share a couple things with you. About a year and a half ago, we started Level 5 with this vision, and I created a mentoring program that we've got about 1,000 members in 47 countries. Just stay there on the center of your head. There's no need to leave. And it was, I don't believe in expensive or cheap anymore. Those words don't actually mean anything to me anymore. Those are just judgments. Things cost what they cost. But this mentoring program, I spent months on it, hundreds and hundreds of hours. And the program had a fairly substantial investment. And a lot of people that came to Level 5, they came to this free webinar and they had a great experience. And I had people telling me that it was the most amazing thing they'd ever experienced. I had people saying, Brian, you know, your webinar, I got more out of that free experience. Thank you so much for doing it. I can't believe you actually come in from the ocean, you know, in Hawaii to do this for free. I know you got a business and everything, but still, I can't believe you do this, give this away for free. But still, a lot of them couldn't swing the investment for the mentoring program. And so I talked to different team members and different friends and advisors and mentors, and I did some meditation, and I was guided just a matter of weeks ago to create a very, very extremely affordable tool. And I want to share it with you. And I want to share it with you in a very kind of a light way, especially with the place that we're at right now. So I want to ask you a couple questions. The place where you are right now, what if you could make this high your new low? What if you could actually start from here? What if there was a way that you could take this experience that you just had, knowing that because of time, I have to squash it down and give you fragments. I'm not able to use all the available technologies to really help you to anchor audio and video and all the other tools that can multiply this experience. But if you got something out of this webinar, if you had an experience, and I see some comments coming in, feel free to type your comments in, and I'll be responding to questions and comments here in a few minutes. But again, what if you got something out of this experience? What if it could be 1,000 times stronger? And what if you could do it anytime you wanted using multiple technologies that have never been assembled to multiply the effect and have it stronger and deeper and richer every time you use it? Okay, so before I go any further, I want to give you a link we put together. It's showing up on your screen. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm also going to type this into the chat for those of you that want to go ahead and go over there now. All right. And I'll tell you everything about it here in just a second. All right. Make sure my link, my typing is right. Okay, that went to everybody. Good. So you can just click that link. Now I want to tell you about it though. We created a DVD video. It's available for instant download and you can actually use it today. I was going to say tonight, just depends on what part of the world you're in, right? So now I'm going to tell you all about it. And what I've basically done is I've invested, again, well over $150,000 into every type of transformational tool, process, system, multiple meditation technologies, different belief elimination systems, energy releasing, energy clearing, emotional clearing modalities. And if you remember, my life was basically a living hell, and I was extremely motivated to do anything it took to create a life that works. And so I just continually invested in everything that I could find that promised that it would help me to live a happier life. And then over the course of the next couple of years, and starting about 8 years ago, I invested thousands and thousands of hours, literally, into gaining mastery in these techniques. And I began to create a series of subliminal audio and video tools. And maybe you've heard there's some great, really cool tools out there, things called mind movies and vision boards and different type of tools, subliminal audio recordings and affirmations. All of these have a place. And I began to create my own tools, and I went through a lot of learning. I learned the inside secrets of how to create subliminal audios that actually shift your mind, shift your beliefs, and shift your paradigms automatically. And I even got involved in something that's very rarely known but extremely powerful: subliminal video and paraliminal audios. And I use these tools to recreate my own life. And if you remember, I basically went from being fat, miserable, lonely, sad, depressed, and angry and homeless to living the dream in Hawaii, just surrounded by beauty and love and laughter and miracles. So I basically got inspired to create Level 5 Mentoring, and we came out with the 90-day high-end mentoring program. I've been doing the Level 5 thing, including these webinars, for about a year and a half now. But the real issue was that the vast majority of people just couldn't swing the money for this high-end coaching and some of the private work that I do. But just a couple weeks ago, I was inspired to roll all of this knowledge, everything you just experienced in this webinar and more, and mix it with a blend of over a dozen transformational technologies, proven transformational technologies that have never been used together. And I've created a product unlike anything that has ever been created. And I know it sounds potentially hypey, but you're going to see it with your own eyes. So imagine a transformational tool that brings together the most powerful esoteric wisdom of all human history and brings it together using the most powerful information sharing technology of all time, state-of-the-art video. Now, imagine bringing in a series of scientifically created images which create paradigm shifting and insight generation effects just by viewing them. Next, I added in several audio technologies that to my knowledge have never been mixed, including alpha and gamma waves. I worked personally with audio genius and musician Kevin Neidig on this next generation of high quality brainwave tracks. Now, just about everybody knows that meditating daily or weekly is truly essential to have a sane, happy life. But something like 98% of people who try to meditate basically find it impossible. Well, I learned that monks and other advanced practitioners often meditate for 10 hours a day or more for decades to master reaching these blissful meditative states, especially alpha and even more gamma states, these gamma brainwave states. And I've added something called binaural beats to this video, which actually assists your brain to get straight into the gamma space, not in decades, but in a matter of minutes. In fact, the very first testimonial that I got from the very first person who viewed this video is from Peter Aiken in Australia, and his exact wording was, "I've tried many methods of meditation and many different visualization systems. I've bought all the recent methods of tools, audio, video, etc., but I was never able to really get there and find the peace and the connection to make it work. I just got the Level 5 DVD and I used it for the first time last night. I instantly got to the level of peace that I'd been reaching for so long, and that was just the first time using it. I highly recommend it." And that's Peter Aiken in Australia. Now, for those of you who want to experience this now, you can go straight to the link that's showing on your screen, and it's also showing up in your chat. And when you order the DVD, you're going to get instant access to both the downloadable version and the online streaming version. So thank you. Okay, welcome Gayleen and Roxanne, and thanks. So you guys went ahead of time there and ordered the video. Please leave me some feedback after your first time viewing it. I really want to get your feedback on this, okay? The entire purpose of this video is to help you to effortlessly, automatically regain your infinite, limitless freedom. And that's what we established at the very beginning of this webinar. That's what you and I really want. That's what everybody really wants. We're ready to experience that. And I want to tell you a lot more about the video, but before we do, I just want to honor that point, and I'd like you to let me paint a picture for you. So we considered this a little while ago, but now that you've had a taste of your freedom on this webinar, reflect and feel. What does personal freedom, complete, total personal freedom, really mean to you? So feel it again for just a moment. Feel that emotional freedom. Feel that relationship freedom. Let it resonate through your body. What is it like to know that you can create these relationships, to know that you have these emotions available to you 24/7, that you can effortlessly shift your body and your health to the level and the type and the energy that you want, that you can make money a non-issue. Listen, money is energy. It's not different than any other energy other than in your mind. And then the time freedom to be able to enjoy it the way you really want and let it in. Just open yourself for a moment and really let it in. Let yourself feel it. And now, I asked you this a few minutes ago, but I want to ask you while you're feeling this. After what you just experienced on this webinar, would you like to make this high that you're feeling right now, this clarity, this emotional high, would you like to make this high your new low? Well, obviously, a few of you want to because we've got a few people jumping on the DVD already. So welcome and thank you, Miranda. I know you're going to be enjoying it, and I really appreciate the comments. I appreciate your interaction today. So let me move to wrap this up by sharing just a little bit more about the video itself. Okay, so in addition to the Gamma, in addition to all the other tools, in addition to all of the technologies that we've rolled in, I've added Hawaiian Ho'oponopono, and this was popularized recently by Dr. Joe Vitale, one of the teachers from The Secret. And most people these days have a tiny fractional understanding of Hawaiian Ho'oponopono. It's an ancient healing method that actually erases past traumas and emotional scars. And it's interesting, it's as simple as repeating a few simple, loving words, but it is transformational and extremely powerful. I've been using it for about 8 years now, and I can attest that it is powerful. Now, this next phase is really special. What I've done is I've taken the Ho'oponopono phrasing as well as a couple of other audio tracks. I've created a 3 audio track system. One audio track is in the left ear. One goes straight into the right ear only, and the Ho'oponopono phrasing goes into the center, which goes to both ears simultaneously. So you have subliminal audio in the left, subliminal audio in the right, subliminal audio in the center, and what this does is it creates an extremely powerful technology known as paraliminal audio. Your brain is literally forced to release lower energies and to shift into higher, more empowering states. And in the documentation for the DVD, you're going to get the exact wording that I used for these audio tracks. And these technologies together make this DVD one of the most powerful tools for transformation ever created. But like they say on those infomercials, wait, there's more. Most people are not familiar with the chakras, so I want to give you just a tiny little bit of background, okay? More and more of these spiritually focused among us today are becoming aware of the crucial role that these energy wheels play in our life and in our body. The chakra energy centers are literally the bridge between the physical and the non-physical world. They're like electrical power transformers that step cosmic, universal, undifferentiated energy down to the specific bands of frequencies that actually work in our bodies, and it projects into what we call the physical body. And when these chakras are open and flowing, your body and your life flow with effortless health and radiance and abundant energy. Emotional, sexual traumas, damaging beliefs, disempowering emotions can actually block and close off these chakras. Blocked chakras diminish your life energy, and if they're left unhealed, these blockages actually become physical disease, cancer, tumors, and other tissue matters and issues. I have included in the audio and in the video chakra tones and chakra color treatments. This groundbreaking DVD tool will actually help you to feel your chakras buzzing with power and clarity, and probably for the first time. So now let me just take a minute here and see if there's any questions before I go any further here. Okay, Alice had asked how long is the DVD. The entire DVD, Alice, is 2 hours and 11 minutes. And this kind of leads into the next point that I wanted to make anyway. So it's 2 hours and 11 minutes total. And there are 3 sections to the Personal Freedom DVD. It's designed this way. The first is the core paradigm shift session. It's about 50 minutes. I'm able to go a lot deeper and really help you to experience who and what you are as a being of light with this extended version. Session 2 is what's known as a heart gazing. And in this session, I'm live on camera in the jungle of Hawaii, and I'm transmitting love, light, and Ho'oponopono energy as I gaze directly eye to eye with you through the camera. People who have already ordered and experienced the DVD have said that this is the most powerful experience for them, and it's literally like sitting with me there in the room with you, or bringing you to Hawaii with me, helping to connect you to your own higher energies. Now, the third section is the complete throne meditation and visualization. It's the process that we just finished, but check this out. It's longer, it's deeper. We spend a lot more time delving deeper into each of the emotions of love, joy, peace, and serenity, and then anchoring these emotions to help them become your normal daily state. Now, this also has the specially engineered audio track with the Ho'oponopono, the gamma brainwaves, the subliminal and paraliminal audio. It drives this new level 5 paradigm into you deeper every time that you view the DVD. And now here's the magic. I actually added in subliminal video technology, which literally replaces your old programming and beliefs with the absolute knowing that you are a being of light. You just have to experience this. There's no way that I can really describe it. Now, Jack is asking, do I have to watch the entire DVD in one sitting to get the effects? And the answer is absolutely not. Jack, you do not have to watch it all in one sitting. In fact, you're going to get huge benefits from watching it in one sitting, but I designed it on purpose in these 3 different sections so that you can watch and experience any one section in one sitting and still experience measurable benefits every time you watch it. Hey, Tammy, welcome. Thanks for ordering the Personal Freedom DVD. I know you're going to love it. Please leave me some feedback after your first time watching it, okay? So now let's move on and let's talk about the investment for the DVD. If you're anything like me, you've spent a ton of money and a lot of investment on personal development. You're probably expecting something that this powerful, that I put this much time into, that's got this many technologies, to come with a pretty high price tag. Fortunately for all of us, that is not the case. Like I said, when we started Level 5, our only offering was our high-end 90-day mentoring program. And I would do one of these webinars and I'd have hundreds of people wanting into the Level 5 mentoring program, but only a few could really afford it. And I wanted to create an extremely powerful but extremely affordable tool that we could get into millions of people's hands to transform their lives, transform their families, and transform this world as quickly as humanly possible. So even though there are thousands of dollars worth of wisdom and knowledge and power here, even though I personally put nearly 100 hours into just the audio portion alone of this DVD, we made this breakthrough tool available on our site for a $147 investment. The Level 5 Core Paradigm Shift, the Heart Gazing Session, and the Extended Throne Meditation, over 2 hours worth of transformational power for $147. You can access it on the Level 5 Mentoring website anytime for that $147. And in my own humble opinion, this is the best damn value per dollar that I've ever seen offered in the self-help, personal development, transformational world. However, as you know, my mission here is to explain the power of this DVD and to get it into as many hands as quickly as I possibly can. So we've set it up here where if you order from the webinar, you can go to a special page we've set up that's showing on your screen and it's showing in the chat, and you can actually order it right now for $60 off. I don't know what percentage that is, but we made it very substantial. Okay, so you can actually go right now and order the DVD streaming version, instant access online right now as well as an instant access download. And you can get them both for $87 right now. All right, so I want to go now and I want to just double check and see if there are any more questions and make sure I answer all of your questions. All of you that have already ordered, thank you so much for your trust, for your investment in yourself. And I can promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. Like everything else that we do at Level 5, this DVD comes with an absolute zero risk to you, 100% money back guarantee. Everything we've ever put out always has and always will. But thank you, those of you that already stepped up and ordered. We appreciate it. And now you know basically the technologies that are involved, the investment to get the DVD. You know that you can get it for $60 off by ordering it here from the webinar on the page that we've got set up right now. Let me just go in and see if we have any other questions. So let me see. I do have a lot of comments here. Okay, so you see the link, level5mentoring.com/DVD. I'm going to look at the question, the comments, and see what we have. All right. We got thank you for a great experience. I got a guy who said he's got a non-Brokeback Mountain kind of love for me. I dig it. A friend says thanks for what you're doing. Thanks, Roxanne. Wow. Okay. Somebody with tears in their eyes who is beginning the life of her dreams. Alejandrina, thank you, sweetheart. That's beautiful. You're welcome, Doug. Okay, so Doug just sent me a message in Hawaiian. Beautiful. And Nancy says, I love this throne. This is a refuge of truth I can be from. I love it. Bill, that is a really interesting question. Okay, check this out, everybody. Bill says, does this new tool just lift us up and raise our vibration, or does it help reach our goals? You cannot possibly raise your vibration, especially consistently, without it helping you to reach your goals. But I think way more important than that, when you're in a chronic low vibration state, I'm speaking from experience, everybody. When you're in a chronic low vibration state of frustration, nervousness, whatever, not only can you not effectively attract what you really truly want, but you can't even get clear on what you really truly want. So I'm here to tell you, in my experience, if someone put a gun to my head and said, Brian, you have 2 minutes to tell the entire secret of personal development and life transformation as best you can do it in 2 minutes, let's make it 30 seconds. I would say, okay, number one, most critical thing you must do is shift your paradigm. Anything else is largely wasting your time or just fragmentary effort. And second, as you shift your paradigm, mastering the vibratory level that you vibrate at chronically, your chronic habitual vibration, change it to higher emotions, and you will find everything else shifting. Those are the two highest leverages available to us, and that is incorporated in this DVD. So thanks for a really good question. Thank you, Nancy. Thank you, David. Appreciate that, brother. Thank you, Betty. You know I love you too, sweetheart. You've been with Level 5 since day one. You rock, lady. It's about a 2-hour and 10-minute DVD, Bill. And it's in 3 different sections. Okay, you guys remember the gazing session that we did. So there's the first session is kind of the webinar that we did. The second session is I did a 20-minute eye gazing, only instead of sitting here at the computer, I'm actually out on the edge of the wilderness here in Hawaii, and there's a really high vibration on that video. And we do a 20-minute as opposed to about a 3 or 4 minute, which we did tonight. And then following that, we go into the long version of this meditation with all the audio technologies. Thank you too. Wow, Ray just said, I have never felt this much peace for a very long time. Thank you, Ray. You're welcome, brother. All right. Yes, absolutely. Bill, you're way welcome, dude. Yeah, this is all about shifting your paradigm and then shifting your emotions. That's what this whole thing is all about. So we've had a few people already who purchased multiple DVDs. It is something that you can do as a gift. All right, Alejandrina just got her DVD. I'll give you a high five on that one. Thank you, sweetheart. Namaste to you. Beautiful. And isn't that awesome? Yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome everybody that's getting their DVDs. Beautiful. If you guys have any specific questions, an important question, I'll just go ahead and add this. Last webinar that I did, somebody asked me, Brian, I'm really believe in the power of subliminal. I know it's real. Like I know that it works if it's done right. And remember, for 8 years I created my own subliminal and brainwave frequency audios. So I put years of research into this before I ever did this. I was using it to transform my own life. But she said, I know that it's important the way that they're worded. Can you give us the wording of the DVDs so you actually get the wording of what's being delivered subliminally and paraliminally that you do not hear? Yes, you absolutely get that too. All right, Roxanne is ordering her DVD right now. High five, Roxanne, and hi-yow. She's over in Northern California, I do believe. Beautiful. And you know what's interesting? Okay, the rule on the internet is that if you do a webinar, man, you better do that thing like 30 to 45 minutes at the maximum because nobody on the planet will stay on a webinar more than 45 or 50 minutes. And we are right at 2 hours here. We're about to wrap it up. If you guys have any more, okay, got a couple more comments and questions. Yes, the quality of this is exactly the same, James. The DVD and the downloadable are identical. You can invite friends over, or you can share this video and watch it with them on a bigger screen without headphones, and it's still even more powerful than the webinar that you just went through with all the technologies built into it. However, the ultimate is when you're able to watch it with headphones because all of these suggestions, all this information, it's like literally having me there to do psychic surgery, uninstalling your paradigm, pieces of your paradigm every single time that you watch it and anchoring these emotions. And here's the last thing I want to share with you. We go into higher emotions than the love, joy, peace, and serenity. We spend the majority of the time on the DVD. We spend the minority of the time here because it takes so much time to set it up and just get you ready for it. But on the DVD, because all that earlier information is deleted, we're able to take you into that experience and go much deeper, much further at a much slower pace that really helps you to anchor it. All right, Mark just ordered his. Can't wait. Well, you won't have to wait, my brother. Just the little bit of time that it downloads. And Linda, who is a very close friend, who's actually been a private mentoring client of mine for months now. She's been a level 5 member almost since the beginning. Says, enjoy these things every time. There's something different to embrace every time. That's exactly the way it is, Linda. And I think, Linda, you ordered your DVD on the last webinar, didn't you? All right, Nancy's going to gift herself with a DVD. Perfect. Yeah, Mark, I hope you got it downloading, brother. Beautiful. All right. Well, interesting. This time, usually I get some technical questions. Karen, great to see you on. I love you too. And it was a great webinar. I had a blast. I had so much fun. Thank you. Okay, and Tammy actually ordered hers on the last. Tammy's another long time level 5er. Hey, Tammy, good to see you, sweetheart. She says she loves the gazing section. That is powerful, is it not? Ed, there is. Okay, so when you order, you'll get taken to the page and thank you, Linda. Thank you for that. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Thank you for that. Email me about that, Linda, and I'll send you that. Okay, so yeah, so when you order, you'll get the welcome email. I believe the way this is set. Let me check and see if Mary's on. If Mary's on, she can confirm this for me. And it looks like she's not. She had a long day today. So I believe what happens is right after you order, you either get a link right then to click on and go. You can now check this out. We made it available streaming. People don't want to wait anymore. We live in a microwave world. Nobody wants to wait for the DVD to get in the mail. So we gave you guys a link where you can download it. Well, we also gave you a link where you can watch it. So you can click, you'll go to the page where the video is. You can be watching it while you're downloading it. All right. Imagine going through this twice in a day. How about that, huh? All right. Perfect. Tammy, let me ask you this, okay? We just presented the DVD like a week or so ago, and I'm just starting to get testimonials. So what kind of experience are you having with it, Tammy, if you're still on? Yeah, Ed, you will get that link, brother. Thank you. Thank you too, Nancy. The first testimonial that I got from the DVD, the guy said, I've been working on meditation with different forms. I've got all kind of systems, all kind of tools. Been working on meditation now for many, many, many years. Have never been able to really get myself into that place of peace. And the first time I went through the DVD, it was just instant. I can't even believe it. Thank you so much. So we're going to be compiling those testimonials for you guys. Perfect. And Tammy, okay, Betty just got hers. High five, Betty. Nice. Well, Betty, it's going to be like you and me being together, sweetheart. Wait till you get into that gazing section. And Tammy actually came to the event that we did, the first level 5 event we did in Hawaii last year, and we did some gazing face to face, and it was very transformational for her. She said it's almost the same in person as being in person with this gazing, and she's definitely watching it with headphones. Good, good. Well, I'm getting no technical questions this time. Feeling that serenity, beautiful. Perfect. Okay. So, bottom line is that, okay, and a couple people that asked very similar questions. So, when you order, you will get a link either on that page or you'll immediately get an email. Our system is very automated. I apologize. The last finishing touches were just put on this. So, either right after you order, you get the link directly to the page, or you immediately get your welcome email with the link. But either way, you get the link right after you order. And then you'll go to that page. There is you can order it where you have a high resolution available online, streaming. You can go full screen with it. The audio is high, lossless, high definition audio that you can listen to with headphones on your computer. And there also is the downloadable link. Okay. And one last thing here for those of you that may not have. Let me do one last thing. Okay, I want you to find me on Facebook if you're not already my friend. Okay, go ahead and friend me, and I will be online actually for a little bit longer here. I'll friend you back. And if you got something great out of this webinar, if you'd be kind enough to just go ahead and type in a short comment on my wall, something about, hey, man, I was on the webinar with you tonight, Brian, and I experienced blank, whatever it is. Every time that happens, what happens, it will be visible to some of your friends, and we want to fill up the next webinar with 1,000 people. So that'll help. And you know what? For those of you that really like the information and you want more, we got a lot of free resources. We got a lot of cool stuff here. So let me give you one more thing. All right, that's our Facebook page. So there's my link to me on Facebook, and I'll friend you guys back. You can go ahead and just leave a comment on my wall if you will. And then our Facebook page is there. I just got another comment. The Facebook page is there, so you can go ahead and click and like our Facebook page, and you'll get access to some free videos and some really cool stuff that I've put out. And my goal really is to touch as many people as I possibly can, as quickly as I can, benefit as many people as I can. And it builds the movement, and the movement builds the business. It kind of takes care of itself. So we've got a ton of free resources for you guys. Bill is ordering the DVD. Rock on, Bill. Great to have you with us as well, man. And he says, can the viewing be broken into a half an hour or 45 minutes, or do you have to watch it all the way through and it be effective? It is in 3 different sections, Bill. And the first section is around 50 minutes. The next session is around 20 minutes, and the next section is around 50 minutes. So you can absolutely break it into sections. You can watch any one of those 3 sections, and every time you're going to have breakthrough experience. And if you do watch it all in a run, you're going to get more out of it. So it's going to be great either way. All right. So it looks like I'm getting some Facebook friends. Hey, everybody. Hey, Jerome. Great to see you on there, brother. And as you guys come in, sometimes if I don't friend you back immediately, sometimes Facebook takes a little while when I get multiple friend requests at once. But if you guys do reach out to me, I will friend you back. And my request is, again, please make a comment on my wall and just say, hey, I was on the webinar. Oh my gosh, tell me what kind of experience and what you got out of it. I really appreciate it. Perfect. Thanks, Roxanne. Roxanne just got her DVD too. This woman is a level 5 rock star. Absolutely. All right. Okay, everybody. So we're going to wrap it up here. I love you. I appreciate you. Very grateful that we got to spend this time together. And let's close with a namaste. As I say, I haven't done the on camera on a webinar for quite a while. But namaste, for those of you that are not familiar, namaste is a word that means the infinite, unlimited light in me. And I do see a couple comments. I'll look at those in just a second. The infinite, unlimited light in me. See this image right here? That infinite light in me is the same light that's in you and you and you and you and you and you, all my infinite being friends all over the planet. So I have no choice and I don't want a choice. I'm infinitely grateful to actually be in awe of you, whether you're in awe of me or not. And the light in me knows the light in you and respects and appreciates and honors it. I invite those of you that feel it, order the DVD, be on the next webinar, invite people to the next webinar. And I just realized, thank you, Roxanne, I just remembered something I told you I was going to do and I didn't do it. Let me remedy that right now before we close this out. My goodness. All right. And I did type it wrong. Okay. And you can go to level5mentoring.com and click, or you can go to the link I just typed in. That's our affiliate program. We've got a state-of-the-art, completely automated affiliate program where you can go there right now, anytime. You can go there right now, click the link, register as an affiliate, type in your information, and share information about the next webinar. People see this. They get a chance to come and have this experience that you just had. They come to the webinar. If they decide to purchase the DVD, well, number one, you just helped to transform the world with me. Also, if they purchase the DVD, you make 30% of that. So understand that we're not getting rich on DVDs around here, not at that price. Okay, so you make 10% of that 39 bucks, 37, 39, whatever it was. Then, if they decide to come to one of our events or join our mentoring program or anything else, you make 30% on that too. So you're making income by helping transform your world. And what's it costing you? What are you doing? It's free. And you get to invite people to this free webinar so that they can have the experience that you just had. Pretty sweet. So let's go back to our namaste. Let me see. Okay. It's just a bunch of things. There's no one asking questions. Good. Okay. You're welcome. So everyone, that infinite light in me sees and acknowledges that same light in you. Thank you for being on the webinar. Namaste.